Hey everyone, Ripley with Bob's Watches. In this video we're talking all about the Rolex Submariner and discussing some of the different prices associated with this iconic line of dive watches. Also, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date on all our latest video content. The Rolex Submariner is easily the world's most famous dive watch. First launched in 1953, the Submariner was one of the very first divers ever created and the first one to achieve a depth rating of 100 meters. Often considered the archetype of the modern dive watch, the Submariner has served as the blueprint for an entire genre of underwater timepieces, and it's often regarded as one of the most sought-after watches in the world. Additionally, unlike certain other Rolex collections that have come and gone over the years, the Submariner has remained in constant production since it was first introduced well over half a century ago. With that in mind, the Submariner occupies an incredibly large price range. On the low end of the spectrum, you can pick up a Submariner for just under $8,000, a relatively affordable sum for one of the world's most recognizable watches. However, on the high end of the spectrum, you get into the ultra-collectible vintage references where prices can easily reach into the six-figure range, and the most expensive Submariner ever sold broke the $1 million mark, and it did it without even having a bezel, bracelet, or a celebrity previous owner. So, how much is a Rolex Submariner? As of 2020, retail pricing for the Submariner is as follows. $7,900 for the stainless steel no-date sub and $8,950 for the date displaying model, but $9,350 if you want the Hulk with its all-green dial and bezel. Precious metal models start out at $14,100 for the two-tone sub, but jump up to $35,750 for the solid yellow gold version and $38,350 for the full 18K white gold Smurf. It's also important to note that while there is a small difference in retail price between the black and green versions of the stainless steel Submariner, both versions of the two-tone and solid gold models sell for the same price regardless of whether they have black or blue dials. When shopping pre-owned, a slight savings can typically be found on the precious metal versions. However, the cost of the stainless steel models are often actually higher than their original retail prices due to demand far exceeding supply. Additionally, the all-green stainless steel Submariner, the reference 116610LV Hulk, now consistently trades hands on the pre-owned market for significantly higher sums than its all-black sibling. While the price difference at retail is a mere $400 between these two models, it expands to a minimum of several $1,000s on the secondary market due to the high levels of desirability that surround the all-green version. Additionally, once you get into collectible vintage references produced between the 1950s and 1970s, it's not uncommon to see prices for stainless steel models reach well beyond the price of any solid gold Submariner. Models like the reference 1680 red sub or early gilt dial reference 5512 or 5513 watches routinely sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Additionally, a big crown reference 6538 like the one worn by Sean Connery in the original James Bond films can easily fetch well into the six-figure territory. Prices for stainless steel models like the reference 14060 or 16610 can typically be found for anywhere between $8,000 and $9,000, and two-tone models like the reference 16613 can often be purchased for only a slight premium above this. However, should you want the green bezel version from this generation, the 50th anniversary Kermit Submariner reference 16610LV, expect to pay a steep premium compared to the all-black model due to the extreme collectability of this reference. It's also worth noting that the price of a Submariner has increased dramatically over the years as Rolex has made the transition from high-end timepiece manufacturer to flat-out luxury brand. According to an official Rolex price list from 1974, a stainless steel Submariner date reference 1680 retailed for exactly $428.50. Accounting for inflation, that sum would only be equal to approximately $2,252 by today's standards in 2020. However, the modern stainless steel Rolex Submariner date currently retails for $8,950, so all inflation aside, the price of the sub has gone up quite a bit. In fact, it's roughly quadrupled during this period. With that in mind, if you had purchased that stainless steel sub back in 1974 for $428.50, that same watch would be worth anywhere in the neighborhood of $20,000 to $30,000 today. This type of change in pricing over the years, along with the high collectability of vintage models, is just part of the reason why stainless steel Rolex sports watches like the Submariner are often considered to be such great investments. For more information on the different prices of Rolex's legendary dive watches, be sure to check out our Rolex Submariner price guide, and you can find the link for that in the description below. Thanks for watching our video on how much a Rolex Submariner costs. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date on all our latest video content.